Adrian. I'd like to invite Rabbi Adrian to come and give us our sermon to help us reflect on the new year ahead and set us in the right frame of mind. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Shana Tova. There is a particular kind of invisibility that I think we have all felt at one time or another. It is not the thrilling invisibility of a spy cloaked in excitement and power. It is the quiet, sinking feeling of being overlooked. It is the experience of standing in a room full of conversation and feeling as though you are behind a pane of glass, your voice unheard, your presence unfelt. It is having your name consistently mispronounced, a small thing that chips away at the foundation of your identity. It is the feeling of having a carefully considered idea talked over in a meeting only to hear it praised when suggested by someone else moments later. It is the subtle but persistent ache of not quite belonging, of being present in body but absent in recognition. It is the profound human pain of being unseen. This very human feeling, this deep need to be seen, to be known, to matter, is at the heart of our prayers on these days of awe. We come here to stand before God, hoping to be counted, yes, but more than that, hoping to be truly seen. The Unetane Tokev, one of the central prayers of Rosh Hashanah, paints a powerful image for us. Kivnei Maron, like a flock of sheep passing one by one under the shepherd's staff, who decrees who shall live and who shall die. It is a fearsome image, to be sure, but beneath the trembling is a profound hope that the shepherd sees each one of us. That we are not just a nameless, faceless member of a flock, but an individual soul with a unique story known and accounted for. In the face of an infinite universe, our deepest prayer is simply, see me. Our Torah portion for the second day of Rosh Hashanah brings this theme into a sharp and, frankly speaking, uncomfortable focus. The story of Genesis chapter 21 is a raw and difficult family drama. After decades of waiting, Isaac is born, the long-awaited child of promise. And in the shadow of that immense joy, a darkness gathers. Sarah sees Ishmael, Abraham's firstborn son, by her Egyptian maidservant Hagar, playing. The Hebrew word is ambiguous, metzachek. Perhaps he was just laughing. Perhaps in Sarah's anxious eyes he was mocking. Whatever she saw, it triggered a deep and primal fear. Her demand to Abram is brutal and absolute. Garesh ha'ama hazot ve'ed bena. Cast out the slave woman and her son. Cast her out, banish her, erase her from the story, make her invisible. And so Hagar, the ultimate outsider, is sent away. She is a foreigner, a slave, the other woman. Hagar is given some bread and a flask of water and sent into the vast of the unforgiving wilderness of Beersheba. Can you imagine her despair? Can you feel the heat of the desert and the even more burning pain of rejection. The text is sparse, but its emotional weight is immense. The water runs out, her child is dying. In an act of unbearable maternal grief, she places Ishmael under a bush because she cannot watch him die. She sits a short distance away, lifts up her voice, and weeps. This is Nadir. This is the ultimate moment of being unseen. Abandoned by the family she served, cast out in the barren wilderness, she feels utterly alone, forsaken by humanity and surely by God. Her cry is the primal scream of every person who has ever felt lost, worthless, and invisible. And it is in that precise moment, the moment of absolute desolation, that the entire story pivots. For the text tells us, Vaishma Elohim et kol hana'ah, and God heard the voice of the boy. An angel calls from heaven, what troubles you, Hagar? Do not be afraid. And then comes the line that changes everything. God does not make rain fall from the sky. God does not create an oasis where there was none before. No, the miracle is more subtle and far more profound. Vayifkach Elohim et eneha va'tere'eh be'er mayim. Then God opened her eyes, and she saw a well of water. And God opened her eyes. The well was already there. The source of life was present all along, but her despair, her grief, her feeling of utter abandonment had blinded her too. God's greatest miracle was not the creation of water, but the gift of sight. Hagar was in the wilderness, but the true wilderness was inside her. And God's response to her cry was to say, in essence, you are not invisible. I see you. Now let me help you to see too. Years earlier, when she first fled from Sarah into the wilderness, pregnant and vulnerable, an angel found her by a different spring. And in that moment, in an act of incredible theological agency, Hagar gives God a new name. A name born not of abstract philosophy, but of raw, lived experience. She calls God El Roi, the God who sees me. It is Hagar, the Egyptian slave woman, the invisible one, who teaches us this name for God. She is the first person in the Torah to name the divine, and she names God as the one who sees the unseen. This is a profound teaching for Rosh Hashanah, because this holy day is a perfect time to reflect on identity and belonging and what it means to be seen. Our synagogue today is filled with a beautiful mix of people. Some here come from Jewish families going back generations. Some are Jews by choice who found their way to Judaism later in life. Some might be partners of family of Jews, of different faith or backgrounds, here to celebrate together in our synagogue and online on YouTube. This holy day speaks for all of us. Its themes of renewal and repentance and hope are universal human themes. Everyone here is part of this shared journey of reflection, of spiritual growth. We stand today before God as one community, like that flock passing under the shepherd's care. The metaphor does not separate by pedigree. What matters is that we are being part of it, seeking meaning, seeking connection with the divine and with each other. I want each person here to feel embraced and seen. No one should feel like they are on the outside. If anyone among us has ever felt like Hagar, unseen or labeled a stranger, let us affirm today that you are an integral part of our story. Our role as a community and as individuals is to be God's agents in this world. It is our job to open each other's eyes. When we see someone sitting alone, feeling like Hagar in the desert, it is our task to be the angel's voice to say, "What troubles you? Don't be afraid." It is our task to help them see the well of water that is already there, the well of friendship, of community, of shared purpose. Our synagogue must be that well. It must be the place where no one is made feeling invisible. Before I conclude, I would like to take a moment to look at the second part of Hagar's story. Being seen by God was not a passive experience. It was an act of empowerment. Once her eyes were opened, Hagar did not just sit there relieved. She acted. She went, filled the flask with water, and gave it to Ishmael. She was no longer a victim of circumstances. She was an agent of her own survival and of Ishmael's future. She raised him in the wilderness, and he went on to become the father of a great nation. The divine gaze did not just comfort her, it gave her agency. It transformed her from a cast off into a founder. This Rosh Hashanah, we too are seeking that agency. We ask God not just to see us, but to open our eyes to the worlds of potential in our own lives that we are too busy or too tired or too caught in our own despair to see. The potential to repair a broken relationship, the potential to learn something new, to take on a new challenge, the potential to be kinder, more patient, more generous, the potential to see the divine spark shining in the person next to us. Our lives are not predetermined. We have the power to shape them. We have the agency to choose how we respond to the world, how we build our society, how we live our values. And that choice, made in a world of infinite options, is what makes our commitment to this path, to this community, so deeply meaningful. It is not a default setting. It is a declaration of who we are and who we are strive to be. Rosh Hashanah is our annual eye-opening event. We come here to stand before the divine, not just to be tailored, but to be truly seen. To be seen for all what we are, with our flaws, with our fears, but also for all that we might become. The greatest blessing we can receive on this holy day is not that God will magically solve all our problems. The greatest blessing is that God will open our eyes to see the worlds of strength, of love, of hope that are already there, waiting for us in the wilderness of our own lives. May this be a year in which we feel seen. And more, may this be a year in which we truly see. See the goodness in each other. See the possibilities within ourselves. And see the path forward to a year of life, of blessing, and of peace. Shana Tova.
Thank you.